Jews and money. There is a widespread association of Jews and money, primarily that Jews are good with money. It's become a bit of a stereotype, but it seems like not such a bad stereotype, right? Because being good with money means that you can earn money and support your family and have wealth, which is what a lot of people strive for. So it's a compliment to associate Jews with being good at earning money, right? Actually, it's not quite that simple. Because Jews were forbidden from being parts of guilds or owning property, Jews had no choice but to find another profession, and for the most part, that became merchants or financiers or money lenders. And the only way to earn money as a financier is to charge interests. Otherwise, you're just lending money and earning no profit, which is not actually a business, it's a favor. The money lending Jew became a caricature thanks in part to William Shakespeare's character of Shylock in The Merchant of Venice. He famously lent some money, and his interest was a pound of flesh. And that caricature also became a very powerful symbol for the anti Semitic stereotype of Jews being greedy or only caring about profits. Of course, this didn't come out of nowhere. A lot of people resented Jews because of their positions as money lenders. When people borrowed money, they didn't want to pay the interest, or if they were late, they didn't want to have to pay more interest, which of course is now globally accepted if you're going to borrow money. However, at the time, it was a reason for them to not like Jews. So this caricature continued throughout the years. It was used famously in Russia at the end of the 19th century when a pamphlet was issued called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which was a fabrication that Jews would get together and plot to take over the world. And it continued to propagate the idea that Jews are greedy and they only care about profit. Although it was revealed that it was a lie, the caricature only strengthened, and it was ultimately used by, guess who? Hitler and Nazi Germany. There were several propagandist productions of The Merchant of Venice staged in the 30s in Germany as a way to propagate anti-Semitism and ultimately fuel Hitler's war against the Jews. This association of Jews and money is so ubiquitous, and Jews are so keenly aware of how often they have been, well, murdered because of their association with money, that any public association of Jews and money is immediately read by the majority of the Jews in the world as anti-Semitic. So if, say, people are selling images of Jews with coins for good luck, or using dollar signs in their logos to propagate their Jewish style hotel, it is an anti-Semitic image. It has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years as an excuse to dislike Jews. And so if you're using it in contemporary times, even if your intention is to like Jews because Jews are good with money, what you're not taking into consideration is that stereotype is false, and it's one that came out of a desire to murder Jews. So what you're doing by using that is propagating an anti-Semitic stereotype of Jewish people. Whether you're trying to do that or not, that is still what you are doing. Intentions are very important when we do or do not choose to lay blame on somebody. But once the education and the context and the information is received, you can no longer live in that ignorance. If you choose to remain willfully ignorant, once you understand how these things are read or understand on a global level by the Jews, and not just the Jews, and if you're still choosing to not do something about it, then you become a part of the problem and not a part of the solution.